welcome back, guys, to another weekly installment of Tuesdays Are for Technical Analysis, formerly known as Trading Tuesday. We got our resident TA master back for another week. Ty, thank you for joining us again. How's it going today, brother?
It's going well. It's going well. We got a special show today. This is going to be very enlightening for many folks, and you'll see why.
It's going to be a fun one, guys. It's going to be a fun one. We're going to cover the blue chips, of course, the actual real coins with real world value, Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, some other really awesome ones, but we're going to have fun today. We're going to cover some meme coins. We're not going to be afraid to jump into the shit coins. The shitcoin rocket has lifted off. You can still get on board, but it's been going crazy. But definitely happy to be hosting again. It's been a while. For like the real OG fans of the show, you'll remember I actually used to host the show in the very beginning when it got started. We had like no subscribers. I don't even think we had 100 people on YouTube. A good show would have like 30 views. And now I think we're creeping up about 450, 500 subscribers on YouTube. Even a flop show has 200-300 views. A good show will have up to 1,000. So I just want to thank everyone that watches the show, that people have been supporting since day one. Thank you to Erica, and huge shout out, huge thank you to Ty, because you've made the show what it is today. So we appreciate you, brother, big time.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it. This show's been fun.
Gang. But yeah, you want to get started? I guess Big Daddy Bitcoin. We got to kick it off with what we know best here.
Yep. So let me go ahead and pull this up.
No problem. I will add you to the screen as I maliciously troll Twitter in the background. So just don't mind me.
Great. And let me know when you can see my screen.
Awesome. I got you, buddy. You are clear for liftoff.
All right. So Bitcoin. It's dropping. So where is it going to go next? Well, let's try to zoom out real quick so that we can get a better look at what's going on, because we don't want to get frightened from movement on the smaller time frames, especially if it's not a big deal. Right. So when we zoom out, the first thing that we need to note is the most important zoom out indicator, in my opinion, is the Fibonacci levels. And the Fibonacci levels tell us that, at least for this range, the lowest that we're probably going to go is around 9.8K. And I don't even think we're going to reach that. And I'll show you why if we move in on the daily. So this little green line here is what seems to be a decent area of what used to be resistance will now turn support. At least that's how these things work. So in the past, for example, in October of 2019, this was a point of resistance. So it got rejected here. You can see in February of 2020, it got rejected here as well. And then finally, in the third instance in June 2020, it got rejected again. And now the fourth attempt for Bitcoin was the final break that got us to where we are today. Yes. So we have to assume that based on this previous resistance here, that this will turn, resistance turn to support is what happens. It flips. And so that would mean that our support would end up being around 10,400 to 10,500, somewhere in that range. So that would probably be our lowest, in my opinion, if we did in fact break down. Worst case scenario, we break down to like 9.8, which is not a huge deal anyways, because that would still be support above these levels, which we couldn't reach or stay above for a very long time. So wouldn't be a huge deal. It'd be a healthy correction, and I don't think Bitcoin is really valued at 9.8K. I think it's valued above 10,000. So I think we'll stay above that level. That being said, let's go ahead and take a look at the 4 hour as well, because I actually indicated something earlier that I wanted to show, because I think it will come in handy. So let me go ahead and draw this. Let's see.
If you guys want the full screen view, just to really get into the charts here, you got it.
Yes. So on the 4 hour, what I'm looking at, and I have the RSI up, by the way. So I have a very, very low point in the RSI on the 4 hour, which is the lowest it's been since June 27th, 2020. So what that means is if we simply take the lowest RSI and the result after that, that might give us an indication of what's to happen, or it might give us an indication of a reversal point. So at the lowest point of this RSI here, what happened after that is, of course, we went on a run to pump to where we are today at 26%. Obviously, it went up to 12,465. So we can assume, or we can at least try to assume that based on this low RSI here, being the next most oversold 4 hour RSI, then that would give us an indication of what's to come. So if we take a closer look, this trend here, it is somewhat of a trend. It's not a great trend, but if it is a trend and this is a reversal point, then we can assume that from this point on, we would probably take a similar approach to the previous pattern or the previous reversal. So that could be a good sign for us. We'll have to see what happens. If we see a breakdown from here, I would probably expect a breakdown to 10.4K. So we'll see what happens, but it would really kill the 4 hour RSI, which by kill, I mean it would take it to really oversold levels down here. And when that happens, the last time it really got super oversold would have been all the way down here, which was at like 12.91, around that range for the oversold RSI, which was obviously when we tanked in March, and then of course went on a glorious run after that. So I don't think that's going to happen. I think we're going to just see a healthy correction. I think this could be the healthy correction, and we could go on to break 13.3K very soon. So that's probably your best breakdown on Bitcoin.
Gotcha. So the TLDR is basically at this point, don't be surprised if, we break through 11K. Would not be surprised at all. I guess the next major level that we're going to watch for is to see what happens around 10.5 to see, if we bounce off it or if we're going a little lower, like to 10.3. If 10K falls, that's not going to be the best scenario in the world. But like you said, if 10K does fall, it'll probably be a quick little dip, maybe a bounce off 9.8. So, I mean, really, I'd be paying attention to, I think, 11K and 10.5. Is that fair to say, Ty? Does that make sense?
Yeah, it's very fair to say. And I would also say that it to me, it would be a lot more safe than most scenarios to have bids at those levels, because I don't see how in this macro environment Bitcoin continues to dump. I don't see the value being less than 10,000. I just can't see it. So I would say that making bids at 10.5K, 11,000, and even like maybe 9.8K would just make the most sense, because I just don't see it going any lower than at least 9.8K.
Absolutely. So I guess extremely short term, and I'm talking like very, very short term here in a matter of days, week, cautiously bearish, which isn't a bad thing to be. Cautiously bearish in the next few days, the next few weeks. We do have J-Powell, Jerome Powell, speaking on Thursday with this inflation announcement in Jackson Hole, Wyoming. It's funny that they pick Wyoming of all places. It's actually like one of the most crypto-friendly places in the entire country. But basically, I think people are just taking profit. They're a little scared of what's going to get announced on Thursday, but I honestly don't think it's going to be a bad thing. I think the Fed is basically just going to say, hey, inflation has not been at 2%. That's where our target is. Our target's 2%. What we're going to do for the next few months, we're going to let the inflation go above 2% to thus average the inflation. So what does that mean? It means more money printer. It means more inflation. It means asset prices across the board are just going to keep getting inflated. Stocks, equities, real estate. And here we are. Crypto is not immune to the unlimited money printer. So, like you said, I just cannot foresee mid to long term a scenario where Bitcoin doesn't continue to pump as the macroeconomic picture just continues to break down. The stock market is completely disconnected from the economy. We don't need to go down that road, but
Yeah.
you guys know what's good. You guys know what's good. But I think bigger picture here is maybe a short term little speed bump, a little bump along the trail. But really, we know where this puppy's going. We know where this puppy's going, and it's to the moon. So,
Yep. And I
thank you,
think
Ty.
you're welcome. I just wanted to add to that. I just don't think that I don't think that a scenario in which the Fed prints off more money or releases, some ungodly inflation statement is going to hurt Bitcoin. It will maybe in the short term because it'll hurt all assets. I think in the very short term, but I think long term, Bitcoin and gold are about to thrive. And the thing about Bitcoin and the cryptocurrency industry is Bitcoin profits come off of Bitcoin, obviously, and they go into alts. And then, of course, like Ethereum and Litecoin or some of these alts also perform similar. And then those profits go into the smaller alts like Uniswap. And of course, then you have all the Ponzi's running around. So I think it's going to be a lot better for cryptocurrency than it is for other for markets.
Absolutely. Big shout out to Ken. Ken is saying thoughts on the weight FA has over TA during this worldwide lockdown for the oddities market, cryptos. So for those of you who don't know, FA is fundamental analysis. So that's like, breaking down the hash rate, transactions, that sort of thing, versus TA, technical analysis, which is what we're doing right now, breaking down the charts, support resistant, fib levels, all that sort of stuff. So what are your thoughts on that?
Thoughts on FA Bitcoin?
FA, yeah. Do you think FA has importance in a market like this? Should we focus more on the TA and just throw the FA aside?
Oh no, I mean, I think the only thing fueling Bitcoin isn't TA, but I shouldn't say only, but the biggest thing is Bitcoin's fundamental analysis. There will never be any more than 21 million, coins created. There will never, you can't. You can't hurt the network. It's immutable. It's the strongest network on the planet. It keeps getting stronger. And I just don't see any way that Bitcoin gets weaker, which also reflects in the price. And that's why I don't think it could get any lower than 9.8K because we just had a halving, which cut the supply, the incoming circulating supply in half. That's a big deal. The price has to reflect that now that the fundamentals of Bitcoin are already reflected. So I think we're going to see with the whole macro environment, with Bitcoin's fundamentals, all that's about to change, or all that's about to skyrocket the price, I should say.
Absolutely. Great question, Ken. Big shout out to Ken Bozak. Go give him a follow on Twitter. Miss you, bro. Hope to see you back down in Miami on the yacht party lifestyle, sometime when this is all over. So looking forward to 2022. That's all I got. But okay, thank you, Ty. Excellent breakdown of Big Daddy Bitcoin. Appreciate that. You want to move on to number 2, Ethereum?
Yep, let's do Ethereum. So let's take a macro look at Ethereum as well. And there's obviously huge similarities in the way that Ethereum will operate with Bitcoin. So we'll just look at the levels in which we should be watching for the most part, and just point out some bid levels. So these are the Fibonacci levels. I think I've showed before, like on the show, like how to draw these. It's not that difficult, but I might actually just show it for purposes for this show. So you want to get your Fibonacci levels, or Fib retracement is what it's called. And what I do is I go to the very high of the range from the left to the right if it's already down. If the coin is up, past the all-time high, then I'll do it from, I think it's right to left or bottom to the top. Either way, doesn't really matter, but we'll do the top to the bottom of the range, which is going to be our guy right here. And that gives us pretty much where we're at right now. These Fibonacci levels are so incredibly accurate, and you can see that in some of these resistances, some of these supports. You can just see, like, it's uncanny the way these things work. So with that being said, a very crucial level that was broken for Ethereum was the 50% retracement level. This also served as a decent resistance in the past, which is why I talked about it in, I think, the last show or the show before that, where we had this big resistance here up until 2017 in November, where it finally pushed past that and went to about $1,500 or $1,600. And then, of course, it used it as support for a moment, and then, of course, crashed through when Bitcoin crashed through its support. And then it got used as resistance, and now finally it's broken through as of July 31st, August 1st looks like. And what it looks like it's about to do is use it as support again. So I think what's going to happen is we're going to come back down to 357, which is the support / resistance that we looked at before, which would ultimately be from where we're at, about a 6-7% drop. So it's not a huge deal, not a huge hit. And I think we will actually bounce from there and then continue our ascent. So Ethereum, obviously, it's a long-term buy. Obviously, it's a good pick. You can't go wrong at anywhere between 350 to 380 or even 400. So,
absolutely, could not agree more. Ethereum under $400, it's a no-brainer. I don't know if you guys have been going full degen mode like we have been here at the Bitcoin Center Miami. Really just playing the Uniswap casino every single day, every single night till 8 a.m. You know that there's only one thing you can really trade for these shit coins on Uniswap. It's Ethereum. So I think stocking up on some Ethereum just to even spend it down the road at 380, 350, it's a no-brainer. It's a good buy. Looking at the chart, just makes sense. So not financial advice, but yeah, buy Ethereum under $400. It's a no-brainer.
Absolutely. I agree.
Awesome. Thank you, Ty. Appreciate that. What's the next blue chip per se? Good old Charlie Lee coin here, a little Litecoin action.
Yes. Yep. So we'll do a quick look at the macro view, and then we'll go closer. And I want to show a lot of people were actually looking at the macro view of Litecoin, believing that we were probably going to pump from here. Unfortunately, Bitcoin took a dump right when we were at this crucial point of breaking this long forming trend. So it didn't happen, but definitely is going to happen sooner than later, in my opinion. At least I hope. So what we're seeing here is this is a giant triangle pennant, whatever you want to call it. Looks more like a triangle. And this trend followed all the way down to where Litecoin is today. And it's right underneath the 382 Fibonacci retracement level. In fact, this actually needs to be, that's all the way at the bottom. There you go. That's the bottom of the range. Although I probably could do this right here as well. Yeah, this is probably a better look because this is way too far in the past. So let's do a closer look now. Now with the readjusted Fibonacci levels, it's at the 618, which actually makes more sense. Great. So now let's go ahead and do a zoom in. And keep in mind, so it's at the retracement level of the 618, and it's at this crucial point with this trend line. So it's at two different points of resistance, and that's how we kind of know that it's at such a crucial point, basically. So now let's go into, let's see if the 4 hour will give me what I want. Looks like it will. So on the 4 hour, this is what we're looking at. So this is a Fibonacci level, and I'll get rid of this bigger one so you guys can see it better. Fibonacci levels from the bottom of this range when it started to do its big pump for the top. So there's two things that we're looking at. This little trend here, which is supported by touches here, touches here, touches here, and then finally what we expect to happen sooner or later, a touch here, which would not only touch on the trend line, but would also touch on our 618 level here. So this is probably where we're going to end up, which is about 56, 50, 57, somewhere in that range. And then if that happens, don't want to move that. If that happens, then hopefully we can expect a jump above 61, somewhere in this range over here. And we would see from that point on a break above the macro trend line and the 618 on the macro Fibonacci retracement levels, which of course would fuel Litecoin to probably, let's take a look at these resistance levels here. Let's just hide this. After that, we're probably looking at $80. So from 61, that's about 30% gain. That's pretty good for a lot of Litecoin holders. I know a couple Litecoin holders, and they've got so much, it's not even funny. So a 30% gain on Litecoin would be huge. And that would be great for them. So that would be probably your next level. And then after that, you'd probably be looking at an 81% gain after that. So if you want to hold some Litecoin or get in some Litecoin, look into just check to make sure that it does in fact break 61, and it'll probably do a pattern like this all the way up to the top. If it doesn't, then obviously what you're going to look at is something like that, and you probably come down to either 56 or 51, and ultimately I feel like it would probably recover from there, but I can't be too confident about that.
Gotcha. Yeah, I saw it pop up on Twitter maybe like a week or two ago. A bunch of people were just saying long Litecoin for the fundamentals. And I like Litecoin, man. So yeah, long Litecoin. Crypto Bean, shout out Crypto Bean, asking, wouldn't LTC fall below 56 if BTC falls to 10.5? Probably.
Well, let's see. Well, let's see how it moves in these moves when Bitcoin drops. So let's say the top of this range to where it is now, it's about a 14% drop. Bitcoin dropped from 12 to what is that, 11.3 now. So another $1,000 drop, we'll say, would probably be another 15%. So it's about $50, $50, which is right around our support zone of this little area here. So it's a good question. You could see it drop to $50, 48, somewhere in that range. If it does, just buy more, because that's a solid buy.
BTFD, buy the dip. Yep. I just noticed the viewer counter tripled. So shout out to Drew. Thank you, Drew, for the retweet. Go follow my boy, our boy, at Drew Tang at home. Thank you, Drew.
Appreciate it.
Dude, the Facebook spam comments. If you guys need confirmation of this bull market, Facebook is just absolutely spammed out with bots. So annoying in the Facebook chat, but bull market is confirmed. Let's see. It's not shitcoin time yet, guys, but stay tuned.
Not quite.
We got some gems. What would you like to dive into next, sir? SXP?
Sure. Let's look at SXP.
Cool. So we'll give you guys a real good overview. We'll cover the blue chips, the legends, the coins that have been around for years. We'll cover some newer coins that definitely have some promise, some long-term value and utility, and then we'll just bust out the penny stocks. I'm talking extremely speculative. Do not confuse this with gambling. It is gambling. But we'll get to that at the end of the show. But yes, let's dive into SXP.
Okay, so a couple of weeks ago, maybe a month ago, when Erica was the host of the show, we talked about SXP. We talked about the $2.11 level and how I was 100% sure it was going to break this level. The reason wasn't necessarily because of TA, but more so because of the fundamentals behind it. If you don't know about SXP, it was purchased by Binance, and so now they're going to supply debit cards to the U.S., I'm assuming. So I think there's probably some legal, there's some regulatory framework involved for their purchase. I don't know for sure, but what I do know is that the coin's pumping because of this. So now we have to look at where we are today and see on a closer view where we would end up on this dump, at least. I'm going to look at maybe the daily. Let's see how that looks. Well, let's see. So the lowest of our range, which is around $1.21, to the top of our range, which is about a $4.95, almost $5, it looks like. Gives us Fibonacci levels of what we see here. So the lowest or the support to what it looks like is a 50% retracement level, which would be the $2.45 level. If we look at the 4-hour, it seems like it's retracing to this level and it's going to hold support. At least it seems that way. The level that was broken, that was like crucial, that had been held for, I think, months, even years, maybe. How long has this been going? Since 2019. Yeah. So it's been there for a while. Was a $2.11 level. So we're just above that at like 263. Now I say just above. There's probably like a 18% drop down to $2.11. But at the very least, you're probably going to see a use of support at $2.11 if it even gets there. If it doesn't, I think bids at 246 would make sense, and it is going to go up. I'm very confident about that. It is going to keep going up, so it's a solid buy in my opinion. Obviously not financial advice, but if we're simply looking at the best players to play in the game of cryptocurrency, you want to bet on the ones that have the most potential based on who's vying or who's backing them. So Binance is backing them. We can assume that they're probably going to be having some steady, nice growth. So I would say that anywhere between where it's at now, I'd say 245 is a good bid spot, and then at 211 or anywhere between 211 to 245 would be solid. So
nice. Thank you. Appreciate the analysis. And what is up next? This damn polka dot thing, Ty. Please explain it to us. Everyone's been screaming this is the new Ethereum. This is the Ethereum killer. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it does. Do I want to buy it? Absolutely.
Yeah. So
let's dive into polka dot.
To explain it in the best way that I can, to my understanding, it is a interoperability or interconnected network of chains and tokens on its own, like parachain network. That's honestly, I can't explain it better than that, because I don't know fully what it is. I know what the TA says though, and I know that there's some interesting inferences that we can make based on some of the information here. So I chose the Huobi chart of Polkadot to tether pairing for a reason. And the reason is because this chart actually gives us the value of Polkadot before the redenomination of Polkadot, which is essentially where the dots themselves got a lot smaller. So the balance for people holding DOT would have gone up 100 times, and the value would have dropped 100 times as well. So that's interesting because right now it's sitting at 4 billion, I believe, 4 billion market cap. Let's just double check. It might have gone to 5 billion by now. Let's see. Who knows? Oh, it's really, it's really close. It's at 4.924. So just about almost 5 billion. So right now, after the redenomination, it's sitting at $5.46. And I feel like this could be not an Ethereum killer, but it could definitely compete with Ethereum in some ways based on the little information that I do have about Polkadot. But let's just look at the TA, for example, and see what we're looking at in that regard. So from where we're at right now to the next Fibonacci level, and I'm using the Fib levels from the top of this range, obviously the top of the value that was ever achieved with Polkadot before the redenomination. So, forgive me if you don't like this. We're doing it anyways. So, so we're doing the top of this to the bottom of where the redenomination occurred, which is about 292 after that redenomination. And so we take the current open level to the next Fibonacci level based on our data here, and that's about 50%. And let's say that, so the Ethereum market cap is about 47 billion? Is that correct? Let's see. Sorry, 43 billion.
Yeah,
and it's around there. Right. So what I did was just some simple math here. I wanted to see what Polkadot could achieve with its token supply and Ethereum's, or at least close to Ethereum's market cap, to see, if it is an Ethereum killer, what it could look like. So I did the math, and what I came up with was 43 billion divided by the total circulating supply, which I believe is like 900 million, 138,335. And you divide that, you get 47. So that should be our dollar value. So what that means is from $5.46, if we take this baby to 47, which is right here, that would be a 750% increase if it simply had Ethereum's market cap. Now, obviously, Ethereum's been alive a lot longer. It has had more opportunity to prove itself. However, if we're assuming that there's about to be another bull market, or we are in a bull market and we're about to go on another bull run, then we could probably also assume there will be more money coming in, especially if Bitcoin starts doing some ridiculous gains itself. And that money could start flooding into, quote, Ethereum killers. And I think Polkadot could at least vie for competition. Now, let's say it does half that, right? Even half that at around 23.5, you're still going to be looking at 320% on a solid long-term company. I think that's a pretty good shot to take. Anywhere really at this price, you could say if you want to retrace, go for $4.55 or $5. But I think that if you're going to long-term hold this, it would be very smart, especially with the potential that it has.
Yeah, so definitely some huge opportunity here. Whenever a coin gets buzzed like that and people are starting to talk Ethereum killer, the flippening, we all remember that from back in the day when everyone the load the flippening thread. But we're not saying that Polkadot is gonna displace Ethereum, but like you said, there's a very high chance, and it's going to compete with Ethereum. You look at the gas prices today, guys, the fees to send Ethereum. I don't think I've ever seen it this high, and I've been in the space since 2013. I also don't think historically that fees have actually ever been higher than this. Just to send. And it's not even just ETH. Obviously, any ERC20 token is going to need to be sent on Ethereum, but you're looking at $20, $25, $30 fees on Uniswap just to buy or sell some of these coins. And like you said the other day, Ty, the fees are so high. It's like, are you even profiting off your trade? Like the fees are so crazy. It's eating through your profit. So I think with all that attention and clog and focus on Ethereum, there's going to be potential for other projects to rise up, and this is one of them that we think is going to compete.
I agree, and I think so. The Web3 Foundation is interesting, and they are essentially the ones who founded Polkadot, right? And it's an open source protocol. So the Web3 Foundation has a lot of partners. There's a lot of teams involved on this. And the more teams you get involved on something like this, especially if you're trying to beat Ethereum, the more possible that is, especially given, like you said, the gas fees on Ethereum and the network congestion and the fact that Ethereum 2.0 still hasn't released, and we don't know if it ever will. They say that it's going to go into testing around 2021 January, but you just don't know. They really need to get their stuff together though, because Polkadot's coming for them. And I wanted to note this. If you notice on the right here, all of these are down right now, including Bitcoin. They're all in the red. The only one that's not, DOT.
Hey, Ty does it again.
Yep.
But yeah, man, I had something to say there. I completely got derailed and forgot what I was going to say. Shout out to Shireen. Shireen is asking, where do you buy Polkadot? It's on some pretty big exchanges: Binance, Kraken, KuCoin, Bitfinex, BitMax, a ton of them. But I would say probably the most accessible is going to be Binance. Definitely a fan favorite because of low fees. And Khalifa XX, I don't know if that is Mia Khalifa or what's going on there, is asking, how do you get the chart view like that, Ty?
I guess, what do you mean? What chart view? Is it the colors or the candles? Like, it might be the background, because a lot of people have their backgrounds black. You can just go to your settings, and you can do that through like the little gear cog at the top, or you can just right click your background, and you can go to appearance, and you can change it. And then you can also change your symbols, your candles, and all that stuff too. So
awesome. Thank you, Ty. Was there anything else of value you wanted to cover, or is it time for the meme coins, baby?
Time for the meme coins.
Financial disclaimer. This episode is not financial advice. Anything said by either of us is strictly for entertainment purposes only. But seriously, we do try to provide free value to you guys. We try to help you navigate this space. We've covered a ton of coins with a ton of legitimate use cases. Now we're heading down to the casino.
We're throwing all that out the window.
We're throwing that all out of the window. The next projects that we're going to covering are they're literally meme coins, guys. The DeFi craze has basically gotten so crazy, so out of hand, that entire Telegram communities of thousands of people are basically making their own meme coins, deploying them within 30 minutes, and having them listed on Uniswap, reaching market cap valuations in the millions of dollars within days. So we are going to cover some of our favorite meme coins. Let's see, Ty, I am going to try to actually bring up my screen.
Okay.
To bring up the first one. Just bear with me, guys, 1 second here. But yeah, we've seen this over the past few weeks, right? We saw YAM explode to what, $150 and then completely die out. We've seen the creation of meme coin and the contract deployed within 30 minutes. We'll definitely cover meme coin. There's just a plethora of them. And, am I going to sit here and tell you that these have long-term use cases? No, probably not. But the thing is, if the Ponzi's going up, guys, if the Ponzi's going to pump, you might as well get on board a little bit, and make some money here. So the first project that I want to talk to you guys about, let me see if I can actually share my screen here, is Pork Chop. Is Pork Chop paying for this? No. Is this a sponsored post? No. Am I over leveraged in illiquid shitcoins? Maybe. Yes, I am. Okay. But here's the cool thing about Pork Chop. It just launched. It's not even a week old. There's only 21 million of these damn things. But the cool thing is, any buy or send actually has a 1% burn. So it's actually hyper deflationary in nature with that 1% burn. But the other cool thing is, if you're a top 100 holder, you're in the pig pen. So what that means is, on every buy or send, if you're in that top 100, you have a 1% chance of actually getting some of that 1% burn deposited into your own address, which is crazy. And if you actually break down how many people are even holding this coin right now to see how new it is, I'll pull that up for you guys. But it's only like a few hundred people that are holding this coin right now. It's only a week old. And, am I going to sit here and tell you with a straight face that Pork Chop is the future of the global financial system? No, absolutely not. But the 1% burn thing, I think, is really cool, on top of the pig pen thing. And I mean, look at this damn thing. There's only 400 people holding it. And look how much they've burned in the first week. They've burned almost 400,000 coins. So when you put that together, when you put that 1% burn together with the fact that the coin's brand new, it's hyper deflationary, it's not even listed on any exchanges yet. God forbid this damn thing gets on Binance. God forbid it gets listed on Coinbase. It's not a bad play. Am I saying take out a second mortgage and, put your house on Chop? Absolutely not. But you got $50, $20, $100 of play money, and you're trying to gamble a little bit during this bull run. Why not, man? Why not? Now, again, this is not financial advice. Anything spoken here is strictly for entertainment purposes. But I don't know. This is just one that caught my eye. I've seen so many of these meme coins come and go in the past 2 weeks. I'm sure all of us are in these 10,000 different Telegram gem groups, right? And some of them you could just tell straight up it's a Ponzi. But I've been following it since the beginning, and the team has impressed me. And the real thing that drew me to it was the hyper deflation with the 1% burn. If you've got something that's being destroyed every day and the supply is going down, it only needs a little uptick in the demand side.
Matt also forgot to mention he is an ambassador for Chop.
Guys, I'm actually the #1 top wallet holder. I'm project.
Please
no,
buy
I'm
my
just kidding. I'm in the pig pen. I'm not going to lie. I'll disclaim that to you. But I think it's just something cool to check out. Again, not financial advice, strictly information purposes only. But do you have a chart actually of Chop that you can pull up?
Let me go ahead and pull it up. Let's see.
And worst case, it's just fun, guys. It's fun to shit post. It's fun to post memes. Join the Telegram group. It's a cool community. Like the OGs in the space, even if you're not an OG, you're just completely new to crypto, you know that there's drama, bro. You know that there's bullshit, people bickering. Sometimes it's fun to just like not be super serious and to just meme and shit post for a little bit, Can a guy have fun here? Damn, that's all we're trying to do, man. I'm just here to have a good time, bro.
Yes, and actually the chart doesn't look terrible. Okay, so this is Chop. This is the Chop coin, and you can see from our Fibonacci levels, it is currently facing resistance at the 50% retracement level, which is about 0.057. And it actually also has a decent looking trend here. And it looks like it might pick up this support at the trend. And if it does break the 0.057 level, your next level is going to be about a 13% gain to the next one, which is about 0.065. And then from there, you get another 16% to 40. And then, who knows if it goes above 9, what is that, 0.09? So
it went to like 9-10 cents. Yeah.
Yeah. So if it breaks, I mean, that's new price discovery. This thing's brand new. It's only according to what Matt says and what Chop says, it's deflationary. I mean, it's only going to get more valuable just because of that alone. So it's probably going to be a new price discovery. When that happens, the very interesting things can happen in those scenarios. So it might be, it might be a good idea to just pick up something, just to have it, $50 to $100, somewhere around there. I would certainly not throw my whole stack at it.
Absolutely not.
Yeah.
Absolutely not. But dude,
right.
Again, not financial advice. Throw $20, throw $50 at it.
Right.
It's a meme coin, but it could go somewhere. It's only a week old, man.
Mm-hmm.
Look, if you can get on a project that has long-term potential within the first week, it's gonna be hard to come out in a bad spot on it. Again, not financial advice, strictly entertainment purposes only, but
right. And then, so the other thing that we have here is actually the RSI is starting to create a trend, an upward trend. So you have upward trend. You also have upward price movement, higher lows. Looks like it's going back up. So there's that.
Hey, do your own research. Obviously, do your own research. Look into the project, vet the project, go on the website, check out the Telegram, message the admin, message the dev team, talk to them. They're cool people. But that's enough shill and chop for today. Thank you guys for sticking around. But what do you want to go through next? Meme coin? I mean, can we do a meme coin episode without talking about meme coin? I don't think we can, Ty.
Absolutely.
I think we're legally obligated to talk about meme coin here. So I think this was maybe a week ago, maybe it was 2 weeks ago. This dude posted up a thread on Twitter. I forget the dude's name. I'll have to look it up. but he basically posted as a joke, oh, the degenerator, make a shitcoin within 5 minutes. And it was basically a screenshot of a tool that allows you to clone, uh, integrate different coins into the project. Like you could clone comp, you could clone lend, basically pick a meme and then, deploy all within 5 minutes. And a lot of people thought this was a real coin and a real project and a real thing that was going to go live. They started a Telegram group, and within 30 minutes, the community took over the project. They said, no, this is not just going to be a joke on Twitter. We're going to make this a coin. They put up, I think, maybe $400 in gas fees to deploy it. I think the guy that launched it maybe got 1,000 or 2,000 coins. There's only 28,000 of them. Shout out Drew with the numerology there, but it's extremely limited supply. And basically within 30 minutes, the community took over, said, no, we are going to make this an actual coin, deployed it. And dude, I don't even know what it's trading at today. It's probably trading at what? $75?
79.
I think. It's at $80 now. Like, This is literally a meme, guys. This is literally a meme. This is a joke, and it's trading at $80. So I'm sorry, I'm getting a little riled up here. I'm just trying to prove a point that it doesn't matter if the project doesn't have utility or a real world use case.
Not anymore.
Do not underestimate a group of thousands of degenerates that are hyper obsessed with this space. They're going to just meme it to the moon for shits and giggles. So just, if you take anything away from this video, just don't underestimate degens in the space. That's all.
You heard the man.
But yeah, Ty, please break down the chart here. My God,
all right.
It's been a doozy of a ride.
Yes. So currently where we're at, it follows the Fibonacci levels really well. You can see how it kind of makes its way into this range between the 318 and the 236. Between $29 and $38. Obviously, the reason that the price is so high is because of the total supply being only 28,000. The market cap's probably around 2 million, I think, the last time we checked. So it's not a whole lot of money in it, but it's just the token supply is so low that it reflects in the price. So right now, where we're at is we're probably going to see some support above the 618 at 74. We broke out of a triangle here. I believe this is like it's actually today. Yeah, today we broke out of this, and it'll probably sit support at the 618 at $74. If it even gets that low, it kind of looks like it's about to do that. We'll see what happens. RSI is kind of sporadic, so I wouldn't even rely on the RSI necessarily right now. Kind of looks like it's just all over the place. So not a very good indicator to use right now. But if you just use simple support and resistance and the Fibonacci levels, you could say that, a touchdown at 74, if it doesn't break 74 and come down to 60 at the 50%, then it would be a solid buy. And you probably, from that, it could go all the way back up to 118 at some point if Bitcoin pumps and it gets a chance to recover. Which is about a 60% gain there. And then after that, what happens to the token supply? Is it deflationary or is it just whatever?
No,
it stays the same?
From my understanding, there's no burn or anything like that. There's only 28,000.
Okay. Well, just because of the price action alone, from the bottom here to where it is now, it's about a 3,000% gain. So, people see that and they're like, oh, let me go all in on meme coin now, which could happen. So if that does happen, you add more market cap, add like 2 million more or even 1 million more, in a bull run even. Right. It could get stupid.
And we're not here telling you to buy meme coin when it's up 3,000% and it's trading at $80. But if you're doing research, you're getting in these Telegram groups early and you can hop in either at the pre-sale or right after the pre-sale. It's like, to me, I saw this and I was like, people are going to meme this. They're going to get obsessed with it. They're going to latch onto it. They're going to just love to troll it and they're going to dogpile in. And that's exactly what happened. I'm just going to pull up the original tweet. I found the guy's profile here, Jordan Lyall. Big shout out to you, bud. Posted this tweet, August 14th, so not even 2 weeks ago. Said, introducing the Degenerator, spin up a new DeFi project in as little as 5 minutes. It was just a joke. You could pick the governance contract, you could pick the staking contract, the rebase, and then, literally just pick an emoji as the brand. And then he launched a website for this, put a Telegram group at the bottom, and the Telegram group just went crazy, bro. Today, there's probably 3,000 people in this damn Telegram group. Yeah, 2,896, which is crazy. So again, don't sell your house or take out a second mortgage for meme coins. But the point here is with this type of bull market, guys, there's opportunity at every single corner, even in the places you would least likely to expect it. So that's just the point I'm trying to get across.
I agree. Now we got a shrimp coin.
But yeah, I think we got time for one more quick little meme coin. You want to go into shrimp real quick?
Yeah, we'll do shrimp. And actually, kind of looks solid. not like FA wise, but what I'm seeing is it looks like a similar trend is about to occur that just happened on the 18th of August. So it reached like $10.29. I think from the bottom, it's like 891% gain. Came all the way back down for like at the lowest was a 84% loss. So people would have probably thought they lost all their money. And then from there, it went all the way back up to, what is that? 441%. So now what I think is going to happen after it's come back down to about 71%, I think what's going to happen is it's going to, and by the way, this part here took about 44 days. So I brought that over here to where we are here. And that gives us right about this area of where we could possibly see like another breakout. And it matches up perfectly with the 318, which is where it's currently holding support. So it might come down to this area right here and just kind of trend upwards with this trend line, which, by the way, is following. And then right around this area, we could see another breakout, which could be, so the first one was 800%. The second was 400. Let's just say 200% from there, which would put us right back at the top. So, and if it breaks the top, then of course, who knows what could happen. So TA says, if you want to just throw some money at it at like 371, 330, somewhere in that range, and you get a bid that hits, whatever, just see what happens, and you might go up 200%. So, yeah.
You might just make 3,000%.
Yeah.
Who knows? Again, not financial advice, but just, don't completely ignore these meme coins, because trust me, I was in the same boat as you guys in these Telegram groups, seeing these damn meme coins get posted. And it's like, this is a waste of money. This is so freaking stupid. But then meme caught my eye, and it's been a crazy ride. So I'm just highlighting DYOR, do your own research, but don't just kind of write something off because it seems like a joke. It could absolutely be a joke. That could be the actual use case of the coin. It's just a damn joke.
Right.
And that is the case for a lot of these. People ask, what can I use it for? What's the use case? It's literally a meme, bro. I don't have a use case for you. We're just basically hoarding tokens for lulz here. But I don't know what to tell you guys. This market's going crazy. If you want real solid TA, actual good knowledge, good info, follow Ty on Twitter. Ty has just been dropping gems for months at Titanic. Am I saying it right? Titanic?
Titan Inc., but close enough.
Titan Inc. Is it a play on Titanic at all, or
it can be for now?
I just always thought it was a play on Titanic. But follow him on Twitter, Titan Inc. If you guys want more of the casino style, just shitcoin gambling, follow me on Twitter at Moon Lambo Time. I've had some, not to toot my own horn here, Had some crazy fucking calls. I was tweeting about ZZZ at 20 to $40. Damn thing went to 1,200.
Mm-hmm.
I was putting people on a chop at 4 cents, pumped to 10 cents, put people on the meme at 10 to 20, it pumped to $120. So again, not financial advice. Just follow us. Just hear what we have to say. We're here to just present the info to you guys. What you decide to do with it, that's completely up to you. But the way this market is running right now, boy, you would be silly to not consider every opportunity and every possibility in front of you for a money-making opportunity.
Yep. I 100% agree. I have a difference of perspective now with meme coins, thanks to Matt. So yeah, definitely follow Matt. Is your Twitter now at Moon Lambo Time?
Yeah, so I might have changed my Twitter handle 6 times in the past week.
Yeah.
But I'm going to be sticking with this one. It'll be at Moon Lambo Time for the foreseeable future. So throw us a follow. Erica, we miss you. Hope you are traveling safe out there, enjoying your time with your family. We will be back every Tuesday, guys. It's like clockwork. We're just dropping free game, free knowledge. This will never be like join our paid group or it's not that, guys. We're just having fun. We're just sharing our
free education right here.
Free education, but again, entertainment purposes only for legal reasons. But thank you guys for tuning in. Ty, any closing notes? Any meme coins left to shill at this point? I don't even think.
I think we shilled all the meme coins possible. Yeah, and then I would take a hard look at some of these coins like Polkadot. And just really kind of look at the long-term options, because I think we're going to start seeing a lot of the big companies that are going to start competing in the next bull run. Like I don't think the top 5 or even the top 10 market coins in terms of market cap is going to be the same. I think it's going to be completely different, and I think we'll be very surprised at who's in the top 5. And I think we should be looking at who that's going to be and load up on them for a long-term pick. I know what my picks are. We talked about some of them today, so be the judge. TA says all, FA says all.
Absolutely, man. If you looked at the top 100, 2 years ago, 3 years ago, even a year ago, would you ever expect Chainlink to be top 10? For a little bit, Chainlink outranked Bitcoin Cash and BSV.
Yeah, I wouldn't have expected that.
You would never have expected that. You would have never imagined that. We know that in crypto, one day in crypto is basically like months, maybe years, in the normie space. Things could change overnight. Things can change multiple times within the same day. So just keep an open mind, do your own research, dive into these projects, really vet them. But there's just...
Somebody asked, what's the handle? I don't know if they're talking about yours or mine.
What's the handle? For Chop, maybe they're asking. The website is porkchop.network. I believe the handle is, I'll get you the handle in a second. If you're trying to view our handles, let me take away the website. You could see Ty's handle and my handle there. Ty is at Titan Inc. and I am at Moon Lambo Time. So you can kind of clearly tell that someone's a little bit more professional and some of us just like to shit post. But the handle on Twitter for Pork Chop, CHOP, it's just at Network Pork Chop. And the lights are going off here. I don't know if that's a sign from God to stop talking about shitcoins, but maybe it is. But thank you guys so much for tuning in. We'll be back at it with some more TA and FA next Tuesday. Ty, as always, appreciate you, brother. Thank you, guys.
Thanks, guys.
Be safe out there. Love you.